Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Escape Plays. It is Battle Scroll Day, and we got very unexpected buffs. I didn't expect us to get much of anything this edition. I thought maybe Kings might go up just because people keep spamming them. The Guo should go down a little bit. That was pretty much all I was expecting. I wasn't expecting all of these buffs, and I don't know what they were thinking with a couple of them. So I'll just go down the list. Lord of Affliction went down 20 points. That's amazing for us, especially with a buff that we'll talk at the end. But him going down makes him probably the best mid-sized hero to take our enhancements. He's a 1 wound more than Lord of Blights, and he has 4 inches extra movement, plus he has mortals in the combat phase to 3 separate units. I think that he is just going to be an extremely solid pick for a lot of lists now. Lord of Blights went up 10. We don't care. We're still going to take him. We're still going to use him. He's still our best foot hero. Lord of Plagues went down 10. Still not enough for him to compete with the Lord of Blights. It's not worth it. If his +1 attack ability was any phase, or if it was didn't rely on them having charged, then it would be really good. But the fact that it relies on them charging just makes him a big nothing. Orgoth's going down 20. I think is extremely good. He's now just the best Megaflord. Like, there are some small situations where you take Blowab. You take Morbidex if you're running more of a Demon Control list sometimes. Now that they're all 300 points, you just take Orgoths every time. He's tankier, he hits harder, he reflects mortals, and he can make other stuff +1 to wound, which most of our stuff that we care about wounds on 2s anyway. But he makes Pusgoyles, which are now relevant again, and Blight King's wound on 2s, which is really good. Rodigus going down 30 is dumb. It's good. I like it. But if he went down, the Guo should have also went down. Because the Guo is just completely invalidated now, I feel. He's still a strong unit. The Guo does more damage than Rodigus. But Rodigus has a +1 to cast, he's got 2 more wounds, and now he's 50 points cheaper, and he lets your enhancements go to somebody else. It's just better now. He's quite good. The only reason that you'd not want to take him is if you needed a mortal general for some reason, which is fine. I mean, even then, if you're just doing that for Field Sergeant, just bring a Poxbringer, have the extra cast, and have a little Footcaster. Beast Nurgle going down 10 is good. I think that people are going to be able to put them in the list as tech pieces more. Bringing 1 or 2 of them is a pretty solid idea now. I don't think they're spammable. They'd need probably another 10 points off to be spammable, but I think they're in a good spot now. We don't want them to be spammable. Pusgoyle Blightlords went down 30. That is a huge point cut, and I don't know why they did it that heavily. I think it's going to be good now. I don't think it's going to be spammable, and I'll get to that at the end why. But I think bringing a reinforced brick of them is going to be an excellent idea, and I recommend a lot of people to try it. I still wouldn't put them in Afflictions list, just because we need our disease damage. It's Taliban or nothing pretty much. And the Affliction Cyst, I still don't think it's worth it. But that's all of these main changes. While I'm looking at the other one, I do want to say that the Guarded Hero change is good for us. It makes it so models within 12 cannot only models within 12 can shoot your heroes now, instead of full units within 12. So it makes it a little easier for us to protect our Bile Pipers, to protect our Lord of Blights from shooting. Redeploys are better. It's quite nice. And I am looking for 35. I was going to do a video for you guys on what Regiment of Renown to bring in Nurgle. I held off on it till this battle scroll because I just wanted to see if something would change. The 2 that I had fighting for the top spot in my video were the Squire, the Everchosen, and the Stumblefoot Gargant. And they both went down. Squires went down 30, and the Stumblefoot went down 40. That's a lot. For the price of 1 Plague Bearer unit, you now get a unit that has 10 control, decent movement, A fairly hitty profile, especially if you all out attack it, and out of sequence mortals on your shooting phase and your opponent's shooting phase. This isn't included in a lot of Nurgle lists now, just because it's good. I expect it's going to get nerfed in the future. But I'm going to buy one because it's good, they're cheap, and I have store credit. But yeah, no, this is an excellent include. I encourage a lot of people to borrow a Gargant from a friend. They're not using all their babies. And trying this list out. It's quite nice. And now, why I think Pusgoyles are not spammable. This is the old scroll. This is what they had when they were spammable. They had one more attack, which was just 1 damage. The attacks don't matter. The things that matter is how Affliction Assist worked. Affliction Assist used to let all of your flies do a pre-game move of 8 inches. Then you'd move another 8 inches up. Now you get to pick 2 units and just teleport them away and put them wherever you want on the board, which isn't bad, but it's not as good as marching up a whole line of meat and then moving them another 8 inches and then having a 3-5 inch charge on your opponent's entire army with your entire army. Plus, they had charge mortals. They had 2 different instances, one on a 4-up, one on a 2-up for each unit of 2 for D3 mortal wounds, and it was a good D3. So that was a lot of mortals. They had end of combat mortals to smaller fodder units, which were good. And then the way that disease used to work in 3rd edition, you would stack up points, and so you had 7. Roll 7 dice, every 4-up was a mortal. So they were mainly a problem because you had a lot of out-of-sequence mortals. You stacked up disease extremely well. And back then a 4-up save was good. It was considered good. Now a 4-up save is kind of just okay. A 3-up save is the standard for tanky. They also had Mystic Shield back then. Granted, we have the -1 to wound spell, but you're not going to be able to get a caster in range of them to do it probably for a second turn. You can drop them wholly within 12 of your guy for the first turn. Teleport them to stay wholly within 12. But then you're getting that once, and then they probably are flying off into another. If you're doing that strategy anyway. So I don't think they're going to be spammable. But I do think seeing a Lord of Affliction with enhancements, and then 1 to 2 groups of them reinforced, is going to be extremely good. Because this profile is just good enough at 220 to bring 4 or 8 of them. I'd probably go with 4. If you really like them, go with 8. But I wouldn't do more than 8. I think you're going to get a lot of diminishing returns. There's going to be a lot of matchups where you're disappointed in their damage. Because they do need to charge to get the bonus damage. And to get the extra Ren for the Lord of Afflictions. So I wouldn't spam them. But one thing I would consider, and that I'm currently writing a list for actually, is bringing 2 or 3 Lords of Afflictions. Because at 200 points, this War Scroll is just good. +1 damage on the charge, so it goes up to 3, which is nice. This doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter when you're running Pusgoyles, really. It's just a nice little add-on. But this is the one that I like. Pick 3 units in combat with it. Roll D3 for each. On a 2-up, you do mortal damage equal to the roll. Any combat phase, and it's not once per turn. So if you have 3 Lord of Afflictions, you get this ability 3 times. I don't think you spam them, obviously, but I think 2 of them is a good bit. 3 of them, you're having a fun, silly time, and it's just a decent out-of-sequence mortals. Especially if you have a Stumblefoot, 2 or 3 of these, then you have a Stumblefoot, then you have something that has charged mortals, you have like the Glockhin, I probably wouldn't fit a Glockhin in that list. But there's out-of-sequence mortals that we can do. And we are an army that kind of thrives on these small little chip mortals. So I think it's going to be excellent. I think you guys should look at this unit again. If you have them, 2 or 3, have fun with it. Have a good time. And I hope everybody doesn't forget this ability, because I've forgotten it a couple times in testing already, just because it's so rare that it happens, and it's good. But yeah, no, flies are back. Don't spam them. Use them responsibly. And I hope everybody has a good day.